I'm going to continue with this small test project. So it's about converting Blood game into Unity engine. So now I'm going to show you how one level looks in Mapster. It's native Duke Nukem 3D build engine editor. So we're going to launch episode 2 map 8 with spiders. This is how it looks in editor of build engine port, Windows port. Okay, we are switched to Windows 7 basic color mode, and you can see it here. So actually it's pseudo 3D mode. So we have this pool, this underground lake pool, but we cannot access it if we are going through this water surface. It's in a different sector, so it's called pseudo 3D levels. It was like about 20 years ago, actually 18 years ago. So you can see here's a palette of this level. It's kinda Duke Nukem-ish, because you can see here is some glow on the ground. When we are coming closer, it disappears. It's because of wrong palette. So native Blood palette is correct. So there is not so dark area over here. In fact, it's only because of this palette. And I am showing you this because you must see that the conversion gives some artifacts to converted maps. So you can see this area. So we have this entrance, and we have this, like balcony or something like that. So, and it's looking good. But if we, for instance, switch to World Hammer editor, it's editor of Half-Life 1 engine, gold source. So I'm going to press Z button. You can see here that we have some mistakes here. So here everything is okay, right? Almost okay. We have this slope, but here is a dead end, and here is also not dead end. Here's just vacuum, so nothing. So this yellow, it's background color. So this part of the level was not taken by converter for some reason. This is what is located outside of level. It's just some items that developer used to make this level. They are all their sprites. Sprites are not converted to any object except this is start point. It's the start point from build engine editor, and also there is no animations for textures. But during conversion of art files, kind of textures, there are all in a text files, those name of tiles and animation values, so they could be recreated. So, and we are going to do this stuff. We're going to remove this part by part. Don't show me this again. This is going to take a lot of time, but you will see that in fact for some reason the converter puts all this stuff in the holes, just random chunks of geometry. And here you get this straight line, almost straight line, and you can see that from this point level is not converted for some reason. This is actually map extension. But if you run the same file in Crafty, its object viewer for Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2, you know, Gold Source and Source engine based games, you can see that in fact this stuff still exists here. But if you go behind, you can see that we have another part of level behind this stuff. So actually the full level was rendered correctly in map extension file. So it's something about limitations of this old World Hammer editor. I mean, it's pretty old, but you know, some random guy used it to put his name here for some reason. I don't know why. So this editor is not getting full level because of some limitations. So some brushes are not rendered, are not viewed only because of this kind of limitations for brushes. And I wanted to look inside of Source SDK and launch Hammer Editor and try this in Hammer Editor of new version. But for some reason this old Hammer is working correctly, but new Hammer is giving those crazy errors about some geometry stuff. So I'm going to show you this stuff again. So it will launch up again. So we have two installations of Hammer, so old Hammer and new Hammer. So file open. Actually map extension is not working at all here. So if you, for instance, get, you know, this huge file, VMF file, so it's converted from map or from so it's just conversion to a VMF. It's native file extension for new version of Hammer, and you open it and you get it, you know, this warning, but you don't, you know, you just continue, and you get, you know, this black viewports, but a map is loaded. Map is loaded without no problem, and you cannot see if, you know, how many chunks are missing because, you know, those black viewports. But if you open smaller map extension files, let's just pick the smallest one, just to test incompatibility of this extension with new version of Hammer. So this is the smallest one. Open block array, something invalid block index, and this is, you know, fatal error. This is just not very good, and this is a main point here, how to get this working correctly. So here we get all stuff ready, I mean geometry. We just have to remove couple of, you know, blocks from here and from other places, just like I showed in my previous video. So there was a hospital and I was removing some blocks from ward holes, and this is the same work is required here. So I have to remove this stuff, you know, this stuff, and there will be a lake. Also you can see that we have here a lot of lines over here, and for instance, if I go from here, right, I go through this block, and there are, you know, more lines here, a lot of lines. This is those blocks that we should remove. So if we remove them, you know, those lines disappears. And I'm going to show you also the very first level. So here it loads not fully. Actually, I have to go to this directory. Okay, assets, name 1, episode 1, map 1, this one. So no errors, you can see this, so no errors. So have a look, so you can see this grid over here, so this grid. So this grid means that that everything that inside of this grid will be completely visible. Everything that comes from this grid, from this plane, will be not visible. So I hold Ctrl and press A, and I will take all this stuff inside somehow. And I'm going to also, well, I'm going to ignore this stuff because it is not necessary to take it. It's just signature of developer. So in my previous video I showed you that this area was not visible, so you could see that in my previous video, but now I realized that if I drag this inside it will be visible. So here I have to fix this stuff, and this stuff. Actually it can be fixed very easy, so like this. So oops, I have to rotate it, no, -90, and fit, and close it. And here is the same over here. So -90 or maybe 90. Yeah, no, well, yeah. Hold a second. Well, I don't really remember how it was in original map, so but we could see how it was in original map, so at any point of time you can just launch Mapster and have a look at how it used to be there. And here we are going to use the same tactics. So we take fit. Oh, boom! No, that's not correct here. So I have to remember this 40. I have to remember this 74. Okay. Let's try this now. Fit. Well, I don't really know how to make it fit. Okay, and just never mind. We'll need to work on this later. So there are many work about fixing stuff here. So about removing this stuff from here. So this is about those blocks. So you can see, so they are coming, to. Oh my goodness! It's floor. It's floor. Ah, I understand now. So, well. So it's floor. Floor for the second floor. Yeah, I know, sounds stupid. Well, it's okay now. I understand why it's located here. So actually you should not remove this stuff from level, because it can be part of level, well, very necessary part of level. So some people were saying that this level is like a pseudo 3D level, right? And it will not be converted to 3D because of this misconception. So Duke Nukem engine is not 3D engine, and Half-Life is 3D engine, so there will be error and there will be no conversion. But you can see that actually we have here second floor and first floor. First floor, you know, and second floor, so it should work. But there are a lot of work to do. Lot of work to make it work actually. I'll have to take all the parts from here, all the parts, and have a look what they are from. Actually, I don't understand. This part is from level or... Okay, let's just don't remove this. Let's just keep it, you know, very thin. And here is also about this stuff. I'm going to take it all the way up. You come into delete, restore, delete, oops, and there is a street over here, and you can see here is some kind of actually, you know what, I'm going to just remove them all to show you, you know, the street, because it will take a lot of time. So there is a gap, over here. Actually this should not be removed, because this is a part of level, so doors. So you should just actually you have to remove this part of level, this one. I mean this, because actual doors are, you know, this door, and I believe that I have to, hold a second, it's our ceiling. Okay, so have a look. Well, those parts that was here, there were a floor for this part of level, floor for this, and ceiling for that part of level. So we should only minimize size of some parts, of chunks, of brushes on, or just move them somewhere because they are necessary. Not, you know, don't remove them. Well, I forgot to fit. Also about this, fit. Oh, there's a missing part over here. What do we have here? Missing part. And also here a missing part. For some reason there is... Okay, so there is a secret area over here. And there should be sprites. I mean, not sprites, you know, here should be sprites, but here, you know, this fancy fence, and we are now going here, so you can see, so, you know, what I told you before. So this, actually, this is going to be, you know, what I select is going to be floor, I believe. So, well, let's start with explanation. So this stuff here is not actually a wooden floor. It's a transition between two parts of the same room. So it's sky, it's a top part of room, this is a bottom. And now I have to actually take all those parts and move them up. and there will be open street for us. A lot of work, a lot of work. It's not just machine conversion, you know, you have to put your struggle inside of this too. Let's just select everything here. Ooh, it's a really long work. Okay, we now have all the stuff selected. Yeah, all the stuff is selected. Now we can move it up, scale it down like this, and whoa, and we have it. And we have it. So there is our entrance over here. Actually, we need also take this part and scale you know, this part down. Yeah. And we are almost there, so we are going to connect outside and inside of this building. Okay. And some parts are still remaining hidden from us. Okay, so well, this part shouldn't be picked. Oops. Oops. Where am I? Where am I? Oh hell! I'm what? Okay. Delete. Well, it's crazy. Just scale them up like this and move them down also. Move them down. A little bit more. Okay. Okay, so and now it's only what stuff remaining is to make, you know, this gap, you know, fill this gap, make, you know, your floor. And I removed, you know, those chunks from here, and they should be floor for this area or floor for this area. I don't know really. But meanwhile, we're going to have a look at what do we have here. So this area is, you know, single level. So we don't have here top level and bottom level. So here is everything is okay here. Secret area. So this is actually a rat. Bat over here. A lot of rats, if you remember. Stove and there should be put a lot of work. Okay, let's just take it away. As far as I remember, here it used to be, you know, this a table with stuff over here. I don't really remember where. Okay, I shouldn't touch this. So somewhere over here should be a table. Should be a table with dead men. Ah, over here. Yes, so this is a table with old men, dead men over here, I believe. Okay, so let's have a look at some other level. Let's just say level 2, episode 2, level 1. So that was cold winter. There will be error, I guess. No error, right? And once again, we have to take all the parts of level and put them all into this grid, into the plane, to make them all render correctly. Okay, so there is no problem actually with rendering, as far as I understand now. I fixed this problem. Now I don't have to use Crafty. What? What? Hold a second. It's something about my mistake. Let's go to maps, name. So I think I converted first level as second level, so this size and 1232. Oh sure, yes, I converted. Oh, I converted, the first level of first episode as second level of, as first level of second episode, so it's my mistake, sorry. Let's then select second level of second episode. That was a lumber mill or something like that. And there will be error, I guess, because this level is huge. Lots of chunks. Okay. You can see it's really huge level over here. So actually the grid of original build engine was pretty small, and Shadow Warrior and Blood Game, they increase the size of this grid. Oh, what's going on? Hey. Okay, it's frozen. Oh well, it's just extremely slow because this editor is really old, and it's not ready for such huge maps like this one. Actually, what we're trying to do now is we're trying to open. Oh well, it's not going to work because it disappears for some reason. Well, it's going to be the final part of this video, I guess, because it's just useless to try this. It just doesn't want to move into this grid. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. Have a good time and bye bye and have a good time. See you later in the next video about something very interesting or maybe not very interesting. Bye bye. Where is this stop recording button? It's over here. Bye.